Hey, it's tea time! All right, there's something a little different today. I thought I'd do something, and it's a review. Mr. Limbaugh, Mr. Rush Limbaugh, has been talking about his 2-by tea for quite some time now, and how great they are, and hey, you should get some, and all kinds of good stuff. So I did. I ordered some, and I mean, after all, he and Howard Stern were the ones that got me turned on to Snapple over 20 years ago, maybe more, around 20 years, somewhere in there. And I really liked the Snapple lemon. So anyway, so I ordered a case of the raspberry tea, and I have it unchilled on purpose because, and I'm going without a timer, so I'll have to make sure I stop. Anyway, because he says it's good room temperature as well as cold. So I'm going to take him up on it. So what I have is obviously 2 bottles and some glasses, and we'll get to that in a minute. So first of all, the other thing he talks about is how clear it is. And I can tell you, in case you can't tell on the camera, it is clear. There is no sediment. I've been shaking these bottles up on purpose. There's nothing in them. Very, very clear. The plastic, okay, it's a little thicker than your typical bottles. I'm sorry about that. But I have felt a lot tougher plastic. I don't really care one way or the other. Most of the time these things are going to get tossed, let alone recycled. I don't mind the real thin. This is a 1. It's a recycle of a 1 apparently. A lot of time people get all bent out of shape about those plastic water bottles. Those that have good caps, I'll use those things, you know, I'll buy it once and fill it up 20 times, and basically until they start to leak on me. Some that are really thin will do that. Anyway, so the artwork, he likes to talk about his artwork. Well, it's him, so of course he's going to say it's beautiful. To me, it's just comical. It's more of a caricature, his huge head. There's really nothing in the background. I rarely buy stuff because of the label anyway. It might get my attention, but then I'll read it. So that being said, I have a glass of ice and a clear glass, obviously, and we'll do a plug for Jungle Jim's Beer Fest. Both of these have been rinsed out. I don't want chlorine or any other things from the detergent from the the dishwasher, anything affecting the flavor. So I want pure flavor. So let's go ahead and open it up. We're going to pour it in the ice, and we're going to let it chill while we try some in the regular glass that doesn't have anything. So first off, I poured that. So right off, you get very serious raspberry, and you almost can, well, not almost, you can smell the tartness of the raspberry. Raspberry should be a little tart. That seems very, very strong, and now I got it on my nose because I poured it. Some of you may wonder what in the world is this teetotaler doing putting his nose in there. Find me on examiner.com. I'm the Cincinnati Craft Beer Examiner as well, and I'm going to treat this like it's a beer tasting. In fact, I'm going to do some videos on beer tasting because I've seen a lot of them on YouTube, and there are a lot of people who don't know what they're doing. It's really sad, but they're really, anyway, that's for another video. So I can smell a little bit of tea. Black tea, yeah, I definitely can get the black tea. I also like that this uses cane sugar instead of the high fructose corn syrup crap. Several years ago, Jim Cramer turned me on to Jones Cola. I don't really drink a whole lot, but I bought some just because they use cane sugar, and was pretty good. But then again, so I get a very strong raspberry and a slight hint of tea, and a little bit of sweetness, which I guess is the cane sugar. So it's not bad. The raspberry tartness is the first hit your tongue. The other thing I did is I brushed my teeth about an hour ago, so I cleaned everything off and then let it get rid of. So that's not bad. Best tea I've ever tasted? Not by a long shot. Now, best bottled tea I've ever tasted? Perhaps. I'd have to do a taste comparison against the Lipton lemon. But you can taste the dryness of the tea, And it's a bit sweet. In fact, the more I drink of it, I bet you cold it's really going to be sweet. Does it say it's sweet tea? No. So I'm not going to expecting really sweet Southern style tea. Anyway, we're running out of time. So again here, with so much ice, it's very hard. And if this was chilled in a refrigerator, I wouldn't have nearly as much ice. But I need to chill it down quickly. Remember, it's to let you hit the tip of your tongue and then kind of wash over. Ooh, wow. The raspberry tart still lingers, but man, is it sweet. Why is it so sweet? Wow. Oh, man. I don't put much tea, sugar in my tea. Let's see, whoa, no wonder. 2 servings in the bottle, 20 grams of sugar per serving. Holy cow, no wonder it's so sweet. It's interesting because what I get is the raspberry tartness, and that lingers, but right in mid-mouth, it's just pure sweet. There's no tea at all. Maybe what I should have gotten is the regular tea without the raspberry, because it is, wow. It's like drinking a raspberry tart, like those sweet tart type things. That's about what it's like. There's very little. When it's warm, there's a little bit of tea aroma, but that is it. I'm not able to pick up very little tea. So I'd give it about a 7 out of 10. My suggestions would be to cut way back on the sugar. I mean, 40 grams of sugar in one bottle is insane. It is a pint. It is full 16 ounces. That is just 160 calories. I'm not even going to try the diet. I imagine the sweetness of the diet's even more. But I'm also a little bit sensitive to sweetness, since I very rarely put, I mean, my tea in the morning, I put maybe half a teaspoon of raw sugar in it. So anyway, we're out of time. Rush, I'm not a fan. If you come out with something with half as much sugar, and maybe you have to pull back on the raspberry a little bit so that you get the actual tea flavor. If you get tea that can actually be tasted, I imagine that the regular must be, if it has the same amount of sugar, I'll go online and see. If it does, it's like a southern sweet tea, and I guess the people in the South will love it, but up here, ugh. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, and see you on the other side.